Welcome back to the channel. Today is part 2 of the Disney Kilimanjaro Safari. So here we go.
Of African painted dogs, but we'll keep an eye out for them. We'll try and roll by pretty slowly by the den so we can see it. They're hanging out kind of on the other side. But chances are if we see one, the rest of the pack is going to be over there as well. Because painted dogs are very pack oriented. They do like to stick together. They won't start their day until they've said good morning to each and every individual of the pack. Oh, looks like one's getting up there. Roll by slow so you guys can all see them.
I saw one.
But they are all just sleeping out there. I guess they're getting their beauty rested. But over to the left, we also have some sable antelope. They are actually the emblem of our safari. You guys took a look at the sign that was near that light before we headed into the reserve. That is the logo for the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. It is just a picture of those sable antelopes because they are very brave animals. They refuse to stand down from a fight. That's why they are the emblem of our safari. But you might have noticed they have these really cool horns that lean backwards so that they don't get caught on anything. They don't trip over anything. They can just kind of, or no, oh my goodness, I'm getting my tax on myself. That's for some extra protection. My brain is just all unwired right now. But the sable antelopes, they're horns, so if someone tries to sneak up on them, they just have to tilt their head back, and they have some sharp ends at their horns, so they'll just kind of poke them right off. But we're also going to see some wildebeest up ahead, and wildebeest are also a kind of antelope. They just don't look like any other kind of antelope we see elsewhere. That looks like we have the whole confusion hanging out there in the middle. Now I think there's a wildebeest there in the middle. It looked like a log, but it also looked like it was doing yoga for a minute. And so I was kind of thrown off. But wildebeest, they get their name from the word wild beast because their eyes are a little bit further apart than most antelopes. And their nose is a little bit lower. But this is a pretty small confusion compared to what you might see elsewhere. A lot of those confusions will come together every year. And they're going to form this one big giant herd of about 1.5 million of them. So they're all going to migrate together across Africa in search of fresh grass and water. We call it the Great Migration. But they form this really large dust cloud, so you can see it from miles away. At one point, that dust cloud was seen from space, so that's how large it got. Right behind them, though, we do have the smallest antelope on the reserve, also some of my personal favorite animals. Those are going to be the springbok. Don't underestimate them because they look like adorable little s'mores. They are able to run about 55 miles an hour, jump as high as 6 feet, and out 13 feet. So when they do it at the same time, it's called a front. But it looks like we have gotten a little bit closer to that tower of Maasai drafts. Looks like one of these drafts is a little close to us. So we're going to try and roll by. Oh, it also looks like an eland's over on the other side.
Guys, if you didn't see part 1, comment down below your favorite animal, and you might see it on this safari.
The eland decided to cross the road.
Look, it's in front of us.
Oh.
Why did the animal cross the road? Get to the other side.
There we go. Just wanted to join that same side. But that eland's actually the largest antelope on the reserve. So we both have both the smallest and the largest. Now we're going to be able to see those zebra and Ankole cattle, even those giraffes again, through this little opening here. The giraffes, they can reach around 18 to 20 feet tall, but like you see that one doing, kind of near the tree, it's reaching all the way up and it's sticking its tongue out. That tongue is a prehensile tongue, so it's able to grab onto something, get a good grip on it, so that their food doesn't fall out. But that they're also able to reach the taller branches.
Oh, there's one.
We do have the Hartman Mountain zebras hanging out over there. They have these little white bellies because their stripes don't go all the way around their body. So that is a good way to identify them. Hopefully they join us over on the other side of that hill. But the Ankole cattle, it's those animals with the very large horns. They are some of the only domesticated animals here on the reserve. But they do like to sometimes hang out over on the other side. So we'll make our way over there. We're just going to head through this area that is home to those larger animals, such as the African elephant that you're going to see over to the right. And we should be able to see it one more time, but it looks like from this angle you can see it pretty well, kind of like its entire body. It looks like it's picking some stuff up with its trunk. That trunk is incredibly strong. That trunk alone has more muscles in it than we have in our entire human body. But we'll head up towards this opening here. We might have to look back just a little bit, kind of at a weird angle. But we'll see if we can get a closer look at it. Now you might have noticed that its back has a little bit of dirt on it. That is how they protect their skin. Oh, it looks like dry.
There it is.
A little bit better. But they have very sensitive skin, so of course they want to make sure it is nice and protected. They're gonna throw that dirt all over themselves. They'll use mud, they'll even use grass, anything just to create that extra layer. Now this one here, it is pretty big. It's also hanging out long, so it is a male elephant. They usually get up to around 13 feet, but they're also going to be hanging out by themselves. Usually at around 13 or 14 years old, they will leave their family herds and just kind of go off on their own. But occasionally you will see a group of about 2 or 3 male elephants. It's what we call a bachelor herd.